All right.
I think we decided on thing 1 and thing 2.
Right. Hey, that's great. So welcome to another episode of the RoadFS podcast with thing 1 and
thing 2. And audio this time.
So we are super excited. We are here at the Detailed Doctors for the 3-day leather repair company training, and it has been phenomenal. So
unbelievable.
Yeah, so shout out to Paulo for being here as well, and Richard there over there. And you are, by the way,
Dan
from
Colorado.
So beautiful Colorado.
Absolutely, it's beautiful.
So you drove over on Sunday, and
I took a couple days, hit a couple junkyards.
Oh,
yeah,
nice. That's always fun.
You got a little trailer to bring stuff back, or
no? It's more research than anything. Like you get into the junkyard and you can look how things are put together or taken apart.
That's awesome.
It's just a good time.
So you two will get along really
well. But I always take a trailer because I like to take things home with me, like old cars and things like that.
And you have your nice little stash of cash to do that with that you've established for a long time.
I do.
You got a stash of cash?
I do.
Have some of that?
He does.
I've had a stash of cash. It's a financial thing if you want to talk about finances, but we've set up, my wife and I have done this since we were just first together, is we set aside a separate account for
rods, hot rods.
My hobby. And so it's a separate thing. It doesn't come out of the regular cash. That way there's no arguments or, where'd you buy that thing? It doesn't matter.
You're way more organized than I am.
Rod is very organized.
I've been married for 34 years, so it is something you just have to do. Yeah. So if you want to have any advice on marriage or finances or
welcome to the marriage
dead sexy fat guy, you come talk to me.
So let's talk about dead sexy. So you came to learn a little bit about leather, and so
all that stuff.
What surprised you? What was new to you?
Just the different types of leather, for sure. How the leather is made and the different, like they shave it and make different, and the leather comes from different shavings, that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
that was very surprising.
Yeah, that was probably the biggest eye opener or educational piece to me, is that they don't just go in and take this skin and it's okay. Here's this, and the different kind of animal has a different kind. They literally are shaving layers off to try to. And what really shocked me was just how cheap and crappy most companies are that say they have leather. Really, for real. When you find it really good leather, it's thicker, it's better, it feels better, and then you find some of this just cheap garbage, and I'm like, why don't you just make vinyl and sell it as vinyl instead of cheap leather? So disappointed. Yeah. Disappointed.
So 3 days. You've been here 3 days, right? We kicked off on Monday, Tuesday. Now it's Wednesday when we're recording this, and you guys have gone from learning about leather to actually punching holes in leather.
Repairing scuff marks, blending colors, which I think is the most difficult.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, for sure.
But you take a guy like Richard, who's been doing it for long. He can just stand across the room and just say, "No, that's not dark enough."
Or add some yellow or red or whatever.
Yeah. It's a little known fact, but he has a chip in his eye. So the chip in his eye tells him the color codes, and that's
like
how
Inspector Gadget.
Yeah, it's Richard Inspector Gadget. So that chip goes in there. He has to charge himself up every night. Just make sure he stands near an electrical outlet, and it just charges up that chip.
You go.
Where do you get one of those, in London?
I don't know. I need one of those.
Talk to RoadFS about a chip in your eye or a CRM software. We can do that.
He is truly amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think one of the things that I've learned about Richard is he is a walking Wikipedia of leather. And with over 30 years of experience to come to a training like this, it's interesting because Rod and I were with him in Melbourne for 5 days, and even being here in 3 days, I remembered stuff, I learned new stuff, and there's so many nuances, but it's really like Danny said earlier, it's a lot easier than you thought it would be. Do you find that, or what's
yeah.
what's your perception of it?
Well, it's all hard right out of the gate.
Right.
I don't have a whole lot of experience, but it does seem simple. But you know, quite often when you get into it, you're like, okay, I'm going to go repair this seat, and then you're like, oh my god,
what did I just do?
Yeah. I mean, you got to make a bunch of mistakes, and then eventually you come around.
Yeah.
But I think that it's very approachable. I mean, the way they have the product set up, and you can get the products and the knowledge that they give you, and so you can take that and make it simple.
Yeah. I think one of the takeaways, and Rod talks about this a lot, if you really want to learn to burn paint, go to a junkyard, buy a hood, and burn paint, right?
Yeah,
and you could do the same thing. You could go to a junkyard, find you some different seats, and experiment with them, punch a hole in them, which we've punched some really good holes.
Which is usually
and you guys have done a great job of repairing them.
And that's usually the most scary part, is when you think about having a leather seat that you're going to constantly get in and out of the car and sit on it. It has a big rip in it.
Yeah.
And you think, oh my God. And one of the people that was in here, I don't remember which student it was, but anyway, they were talking about this. I thought there was going to be sewing involved and having to hold it all together. And that actually would be worse, because every time you sat down, it would stretch out, and it would. So the products that Richard has there. This is one, just as an example. It literally tells you with icons everything you can use it on. It tells you on the back, not just don't drink it, because we are in the United States, so you have to say things like don't drink deadly chemicals. But it says, before applying, make sure that the leather surface is clean and all prep work has been carried out. Do not use on suede, nubuck, or absorbent materials. So it actually gives you information, which is really refreshing. And it tells you exactly what it's for. And this is a scratch repair kit.
So this is for pets. So if your pet gets a scratch,
you can fix your fix your pet. But now if
Fido's got a
it actually if it were truly Americanized, which it's not yet, it would say do not use on live animal. Just, one fun fact, in 1950, a automotive manual, the user's manual, explained to you how to rebuild the engine and adjust the valves. And in 2024, it says don't drink the antifreeze. I think we've slipped a little bit.
I think we've slipped a little bit.
But Richard's trying to bring back.
He's trying to elevate.
Bring back brain. So when you get back, when you get back to Vail, what do you think you're going to be doing with this knowledge that you've gained?
Oh, I run across so many seats that need to be repaired. So at first, I'll just jump right in and start doing it for free.
Awesome.
And then once I get a whole lot of confidence and a whole lot of experience, then I'll feel comfortable for charging. But it's going to be one of those things where it's like windshield repair. You run across it all the time, especially in my area. And then you're just going to, you don't need to jump into it right away, but you just start repairing it and getting experience, and then start charging. And if it turns out to be profitable, then, maybe I could do even more.
There you go.
I love that approach, because I think a lot of times, we want to just jump into charging, right?
Yeah.
And you're going to go, look, all right, I can see you with your customer. Oh, man, I had this great experience. I was trained by the leather daddy over there. And so now I have some experience that I'd like to bring to you. Would you give me permission? Because I noticed that we have this area on your seat, and I know I can fix that. And so as a gift to you, and also an opportunity for me, can I repair this, and then afterwards do a little before and after, and maybe give me a testimonial and use that testimonial to drive business.
He actually was doing that yesterday. He saw the back of my head, and he tried to repair this bald spot, and we tried a couple of things.
Yeah, well,
it is a little lumpy.
I mean, I will say this.
We need some of that filler.
Richard is good, but he's not a miracle worker when it comes
it's the flexi filler on the stars that
that's going to be a whole lot of filler.
It is.
Yeah, that's
but
good.
It will look better when we're done.
Yeah.
You don't want more sod on the fairway then.
That's awesome.
There you go. I'm going to use that.
Damn, we're liking you as a guest.
This is good. So. This is good. You fit right in.
That's good. So, well, cool. Well, if you're in the Vail area and you need either a detail or your leather repaired, how do people get in touch with you?
They can text me. Do I give out that number?
Yeah, absolutely.
970-376-2964. text me because I get so many spam calls that I don't often answer every single call. Or you could go to dm_autodetailing.com.
Awesome.
And right when it shows up, you see a picture of my 1952 work van.
Nice,
and,
sweet.
You know, if you're driving through, chances are you're going to see me on the highway.
Nice.
That's cool.
So there you go.
Yeah,
look him up in Vail, Colorado, or the surrounding areas, which are, it is beautiful in Vail.
the lovely Vail Valley.
Oh, you're in a beautiful area. That's nice. So
Sends all the way from East Vail to Eagle Airport.
Wow, that's cool.
There you go.
That's awesome.
Anywhere in those areas.
So look him up to that. If you're interested in leather repair, you can go to the leatherrepairco.com, and that will get you to the American distributor and trainers here in the United States, or you can go to the Leather Repair Company,
or the IDA website,
or the IDA website, or you can get a hold of us. I mean, really, if you can't find it, you aren't really looking.
Yeah. So anyway, thank you
tune
guys
in
so
again.
much for tapping in. Tune in again. Where do we subscribe?
We subscribe at youtube.com/@RoadFS.
And
go to that channel and hit the subscribe button.
And if you need an awesome CRM, where do you go?
You go directly to Jody or Rod at RoadFS, because we have got a CRM on steroids it can just manage your whole business. Let's just put it that way.
Anyway, we will check you guys same time.
Well,
same
whenever.
Channel or whenever.
Just look for the two dumb
we will
guys
check you
and
later.
get
So,
you.
Thank you.
See ya.
Peace out.